Yo, you know what it is. I'm out here with the homies again. Me, Dollar Bill, Mo Grind. We over here, SNS. We're gonna give Mo a little schooling because this is back in the 80s we're talking about. You know what I mean? So we're gonna talk about how I met Big Dollar Bill over here at Willie Burgers, AKA was down here, and we had the SNS upstairs. You know what I mean? Before it was the SNS After Hours Club upstairs. You know what I mean? It was a boxing gym, the SNS boxing gym. You know what I mean? Just so you know Willie owned that. We had the burger stand out here. I just come home. As a matter of fact, I got this scene in a RonG Harlem, Dollar. I got the book for you too. I got this scene in a RonG Harlem. I just come home. Baby mama left before another dude. You know what I mean? So you're getting a little sneak peek of a RonG Harlem. Make sure you cop the book at RonGHarlem.com. But baby mama left before another dude. You know what I mean? So now I had to show her that he wasn't shit. You know what I mean? So I go pick her up and him up to take them out to go hang out. We come back here, we go chill out. You know what I mean? So we go upstairs and, you got Star Child playing upstairs doing what he do. You know what I mean? Kid Capri was just up there with him too, because that's when he was breaking Kid Capri in, to do the after parties. You know what I mean? Because Star Child, the original Godfather, that him and our love bug, you know what I mean? We ain't got to go no further, Hollywood, you know what I mean? But we upstairs and they got the gambling in the back. So now I'm upstairs and like I said, I played dude out by bringing them to the SNS. So I know that dude is a cokehead. I can look at him and tell he a cokehead. So my thing is like my baby done left me for a cokehead. So I bring him up here, but I got to show her he a cokehead. Right. So I can't tell her he a cokehead because then that'll be hating. Right. So we come up here, we go up here. I get him a little 20, slide it to him on the low, get him nice and open. You know what I mean? She vexed because he took it. You know what I mean? Right. So he had their ping, 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 ping. Right. You know what I mean? So then now they get to arguing. So she ready to go home. So I go drop them off. When I drop them off, you know what I mean? I gave him a nice little 20. So now when I drop him off, he over there, he complaining. He talk about, yo, I can get another one of those. You know what I mean? So I say, yeah. So he tell my girl, who's in the back seat, because me and him in the front seat. Right. He tell my girl, you know what I mean? Hey, give me $20 so I can get another bump. So she's like, give you $20? And he's like, yeah, say, I need this for my get to work and all that. You know what I mean? And he ain't trying to hear it. He like, man, he ain't see that big ass bump that nigga gave me. Give me that $20. You know what I mean? So she give him the $20 with an attitude. And when she get to him, you know what I mean? I give him his little bump and he hand me my little $20. So I handed over the front seat to her. Right. I gave it right back to her. Right. Oh, some player shit. Right. You know what I mean? That's right. She get mad and throw the money in my face. Told me, F me, that, I'm this and I'm that. Because I gave her back her money. Right. But that wasn't why. She did that.
Because you showed them up.
Because I showed out the man that she left me for. Right, right. You know what I mean?
Right. The one you deal with.
Yeah. So now, Clowno, you know what I mean? And then I handed her some money. Right. You know what I mean? Pocket. Yeah. She threw all of that back in my face over this front seat at me and homie. You know what I mean? Like, man, you need that. Right. Yeah, you know what I mean? Right. And this fool ass dude, he gonna bend over and start picking money up off the front seat of the car. So you know I had to pull out on him. What you doing? Nigga, put that money down before I murder you right here in this car. Right. You know what I mean? Right. So now she panicking. Right. You know what I mean? But I'm not in my emotions or nothing like that. I'm just teaching them a lesson and showing her what we're dealing with. Right. You understand what I'm saying? So now we don't get that. So we leave and I'm driving back now to New York and I come back across the bridge and I go back up in the SNS. And when I roll up in there, Star Child up there, he playing the music. Of course, you know how Star Child do. Big Unique in the house, Dollar Bill in the house, and you know what I mean? Sammy O in the house, and he calling everybody out over the mic that's in the house. That's right. We doing what we do. That's right. You know what I mean? Now, while we up in the joint, my man, Dollar Bill, before I knew he was Dollar Bill, he pulls up on me on the bar. And correct me if I'm wrong, I'm telling you my version of what I remember. He pulled up at the bar and he said, man, you see that bartender? I've been trying to get her for the longest, but she don't want to talk to no main dudes that she already know. We ain't gonna say names, dog. Hold the names, dog. Hold the names. Hold your tongue, boy. You know what I mean? Yeah, we ain't gonna do the names, hold it. You know what I mean? So now, she bartender up in the joint. You understand what I'm saying? So, Dollar telling me, yo, you, I can tell you a fly nigga. I just want to know that a real nigga got her. But she ain't talking to me because she already know me and know I'm official. But she don't know you because you just coming on the set. Right. You know what I mean? So you go ahead and try your hand. You know what I mean? So, you know, of course, you know, as the old player, I like the challenge. You know what I mean? So I get to go hollering at her and I'm talking to her and, you know, Dollar sitting there, he give me the elbow and sliding me over the little jar with the peanuts and telling me, you doing good, boy, get some nuts. You know what I mean? Yeah. So now while we open the joint, you know what I mean? We leave, we go in the back room and we go gambling in the CeeLo joint, because you know, in the S&S, remember they had the little gambling in the back. So we go in the back, I put a couple of grand on the table, you know what I mean? Won a couple of dollars, lost a couple of dollars, you know how it is. So we go back out and I tell Shorty, look man, I'm trying to slide off when you get off. Right. You understand what I'm saying? So now, she intrigued, so she said, bet. So now, when she get off, Dollar Bill over there in the cut, but he's like, yo, he telling me, yo, like, don't let her know you know me. Don't let her know you know me. Because she don't want to talk to nobody that know nobody.
Right.
You know what I mean? She trying to find a squid.
She's a private person.
You know what I mean? Exactly. But she don't know I ain't no squid.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm just coming back on the scene. So when I take her downstairs, we get ready to leave. My man Dollar Bill, he at the top of the stairs. You know what he do, right? Let me know you got that. You know what I'm saying? So now, of course, I had to tell her, baby, I'll take it downstairs, put in a little Mitsubishi, you know, with the Dapper Dan, you know, MCM rag top and MCM interior and all that, with the little inky rims on it. Yeah, inky rims, because I know y'all don't know about it. We're going to try and show you some pictures of them. But now, I put in the car and I run back upstairs. I said, man, you're a fly nigga. Give me your number real quick so I'm getting ready to go. I'm getting ready to bone the shit out of him, but I definitely need to holler at you tomorrow after I dump this nut. You know what I mean? So he gave me the number. Ever since then, we was inseparable, man. And that's my man. You know what I mean? He got locked up a little while after that in '88. You know what I mean? And went up north. You know what I mean? He called me a few times when I was locked up. He know whenever he called, I was right there. You know, whatever it is. Right. But then now, after he go to get knocked, I get knocked in '93. So we try to keep a communication right. But I'm fighting for my freedom. He fighting for freedom, so that pen pal shit ain't gonna work unless it's with another man. Right. You know what I mean? We're gonna pen pal and use our time. I'm gonna use my time for a female. Right. You know what I mean? So let's get it right. And I'm sure he doing the same. Right. You know what I mean? But we stayed in communication over the years, and now here it is, 32 years later, because he got locked up '88, the homie home. I got locked up in '93. Here it is, 26 years later, I'm home. And now we both stand in front of where
we first met.
Where we first met, that used to be here, that ain't here no more. But that's how long we've been gone, that this whole goddamn city don't change.
And the same brother that owned this joint right here,
Willie,
owned the Zodiac that was in the middle of the block.
Oh man, that's a whole nother joint.
I'm saying now, remember, the next time I seen you, we was in the Zodiac. It was you, God bless the dead little bro, and baby girl brother from building 1. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Okay, well tell him, look at the camera and tell him.
We was all downstairs. Yeah. At the gambling table downstairs. We was all sitting
in the Zodiac.
Man, weed and shit.
You already know.
And we was just kicking it, man.
You know?
We was living,
That's how we went from one after hour spot to the next. You know what I mean? And everybody knew what time it was. And you know, if you're lame, you get caught slipping. You already know what time it is. Right. But you know, they know who to mess with, because we gotta remember, even a killer think twice before he kills. Right. You understand what I'm saying? You don't just go run up on something without doing your research, homework, or whatever to know what's what. Right. You know what I mean? But that's why we here, man. You know, man, Dollar Bill all these years, he done went downtown, took over the Sheridan Hotel. I'm gonna do a whole documentary on that for the big homie. You know what I mean? And show you what time it is. You know, I mean, yo, we just did what we did, man. That's how we do it. But like I said, this where the Willie Burgers was at. Right. The joint was extended from the wall and paid in full. You know what I mean? Show them.
Right here. Yeah, this is paid in full. It's about right here.
And that's it. That was the whole Willie Burger. And it only came out to right here.
It's about right here.
And that was it.
And that was it. That was the whole Willie Burgers right here.
AKA the hole in the wall. You know what I mean? This where everybody came to get them homemade murder burgers. The murder burgers.
This thick here.
Yo, and good as crack. And they cooked them with onions and green peppers in it and all that if you want to get old southern home cooking on them. You know?
Where they got that store right there with the lights on. That was the stairway to take you upstairs to the
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. That's how you got into the SNS. Yeah, let's show them the stairway real quick. Man. Yeah, it's this studio now. Yeah, it's this little studio they got here now. We just saw the little youngins hanging out. There you go. This is how we used to go up in the SNS, dog.
This was the stairs.
The door closed. Come on.
Right. You can look up the stairs.
That's the stairs. Remember I told you I had to run back up the stairs to get the homie beeper number? That's the stairs I had to run back up. You know what I mean? And right there where it say Graham up top, that's where the SNS after hour spot was at. We used to gamble and do everything up in there.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like I said, I had the whip parked out here on the corner, saw them the corner, because then you're going to show them all the cars. This is where they was at when they did the paid in full joint, when dude drove around the corner in the wide body BMW right here, because that's the corner. And police say nothing, everybody park here because everybody was paid. And
some cars triple park.
You know what I mean?
Out here.
We just did what we did, man. I mean, you know, man, Harlem was the best, man. They talk bad about the crack era, but we made it the best era. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, come on, man. You can't get it no better than that. But, man, we've been talking about it long enough. I just want to let y'all know where me and Dollar Bill, you know, first met. So when we drop this joint and everybody see it, you know what I mean? They'll know who Dollar is when we drop the joint, because he got a fantastic story that I know y'all gonna love. You know what I mean? But that's where we at, man. You know, so we brought young Grime down here. We let him know what happened, you know what I mean, in the 80s. You know what I mean? Because then we did our thing in the late 80s and in the 90s when Dollar Bill was locked up. That's why I told Dollar young Grime came out while he was in.
That's right.
Just like Grime just introduced me to a bunch of young dudes that came out while I was in.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Because we was going decades.
That's right.
Don't get it twisted. We was going decades. All right? So we in the house. They got to be 7 by now. All right? One. All right.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Fresh out the can of 26, he back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spin a couple bands on the dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend a ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours, so we can give back to the youth them, cause they the truth them, and bless up to all the root men.